24th Olympiad. Hello, I'm Dick Enberg, and welcome to Korea. Today's edition of Sports World is from Seoul. 4 years ago, Mary Lou Retton was the golden girl of the Los Angeles Olympics, where she won the all-around gold. The U.S. men won the team title, and America was atop the gymnastics world. Well, here in Seoul, the script will be a little different. The world's dominant gymnastics nation, the Soviet Union, will be competing, having boycotted the 1984 games. The Soviet women will be challenged by those pixies from Romania, and one of those countries undoubtedly will produce the new Nadia, the new Olga. Until the 1984 boycott, the Soviet men had won 2 straight men's Olympic team titles. They're as dominant as the New York Yankees of the 50s. Only one American, Scott Johnson, returns from the gold medal-winning 1984 U.S. team. The U.S. women's team, well, they feature 6 new faces. 3 of them are just 15 years old. None of the Americans are favored to win medals, but they are young and they're unpredictable, and there may just be some surprises here in Seoul. Last month, Sports World traveled to Houston, Texas for the U.S. Gymnastics Championships, where I was joined by NBC's Olympic gymnastics analysts Mary Lou Retton and Bart Connor. Today, we're going to look at the performances of the men and women who make up the 1988 U.S. Olympic team, beginning with 17-year-old Melissa Marlowe, who won the 6th spot on the U.S. team in front of a partisan hometown crowd in Salt Lake City at the U.S. Olympic trials. The senior at Rowland Hall St. Mark's School placed 23rd in the all-around at last year's World Championships in Rotterdam. She was a gold medalist on the uneven bars at last summer's Pan Am Games.
When the judges look for good long lines, they certainly get it in Missy Marlowe's routine. She is one of the best bar workers, I would say, in the world today. She swings so fluid, has all the difficulty in her routine, nice high reverse hecht, to a giant swing, to her dismount, and a nailed landing.
From Salt Lake City, Melissa Marlowe, one of the most attractive of all the female gymnasts, and they're all lovely. She has a ballet-type elegance about her. Staten Island's Dominic Minicucci won the final spot on the men's team for Seoul. The handsome 19-year-old is a sophomore at the University of Illinois. Minicucci was this year's Big Ten all-around gymnastics champion.
He opens with a front lever, now a kip to a swing handstand. There's that Yamawaki to the Honma again, the popular combination because it shows good strength and good combination work. I saw Dominic a few years ago at the American Cup when he was asked to fill in for one of the injured gymnasts, and I wasn't all that impressed. But to tell you the truth, I think Yoshi Hayasaki's done a great job with him since he's been at University of Illinois. Nice exercise. Here's that combination. That's the Yamawaki through to a Honma, or a whippet, through to a swing hand. Nice work, and it's hard to keep the ring still when you're doing all that.
Shelley Stack. She's the youngest member of this year's Olympic team, and what a firecracker she is. The 4'7", 72-pounder always carries a stuffed tiger named Tigger in her gym bag. She says she knew 1988 would be a good year when she discovered that the mascot of the Seoul Olympics, Odori, was a tiger cub. Stack is coached by Bella Caroli, who coached 1976 Olympic all-around champion Nadia Comaneci of Romania and 1984 Olympic champion Mary Lou Retton.
Starts out with a front giant, half pirouette, into a full giant. Oh, she pulled that out. To a reverse hack, a very nice and difficult combination. Shelley is so small that she can swing through the bars without even having a body break.
I marvel how he can keep her hands on those big bars.
Yes, it is. She has tiny hands, and she does a good job at staying and sticking.
Oh, look at that face. Is that worth coming out to cheer a young gymnast, Shelley Stack? Oh, my.
Here's a reverse hex. She was in perfect position to catch the bar.
Albuquerque, New Mexico's 18-year-old Lance Ringnold is the youngest male to qualify for an American gymnastics team since 16-year-old Steve Hugg made the 68 squad. Ringnold will be a freshman at the University of Nebraska after his trip to Seoul.
Watch this combination. Reverse X, way over, reverse X, right out on the end of his fingertips to a huge ginger. Actually, that's the best I've ever seen him do it. Eagle giant swings. Such a nice swing. Look at the great toe point. Now watch this dismount. A laid out double full out. Oh, over-rotated.
Well, Lance Ringnold is to the men's gymnastic future in the United States what Brandy Johnson and Shelley Stack are for the women. He's just 18.
This is a really great combination. This is one of the more difficult combinations being done because it's 3 release moves in a row. And look, he's way out there at the end of his fingertips, which allows him to really crank that ginger. Nice combination.
Many thought Ringnold would be a serious contender for the 1992 Olympic team. Having made dramatic strides in the past year, he punched his Olympic ticket 4 years ahead of schedule with the number 5 spot on this year's team. Sports World will return with a salute to the U.S. gymnastic team after this. Brandy Johnson is another one of Bella Caroli's gymnasts making the trip to Seoul. This now powerful 15-year-old was the 1987 U.S. Junior National Champion. She was born with serious kidney problems that kept her in and out of a hospital for the first 4 years of her life. And the doctors told her parents not to expect too much.
Brandy is one of the better vaulters in the competition. She not only gets great height, but she gets great distance from the horse, and that's something to watch for. Also, Brandy's run. If you watch her run, it's a very powerful, almost a heated footstep. You can tell she's got a lot of power, and she gets a lot of speed going into the horizontal run, which gives her the vertical block straight up. And a nice round-off back handspring layout, and she added a full twist to it.
Brandy Johnson secures 4th place on the women's Olympic team. Next up for the men's team, Wes Suter. He was a long shot to make this U.S. Olympic team. He's one of 5 members of the Olympic gymnastics team with ties to the University of Nebraska. Scott Johnson, Kevin Davis, and alternate Tom Schlesinger all competed for the Cornhuskers, and Lance Ringnold will enter the university after the games.
Here's his mount. Full in, nice and clean. Coming up 1.5. Nice combination.
This will be Suter's first appearance at a major international competition.
Here's his dismount. Tuck double back. Okay, a little over-rotated, but a really improved routine for Wes Suter. You can see this combination. Round off 1.5 twist, punch front, punch full twist side roll. That is a really nice second run, showing all kinds of back tumbling, front tumbling, twisting, and flipping tumbling.
24-year-old Wes Suter, the 4th place qualifier for the U.S. team. 17-year-old Hope Spivey won the 3rd spot on the women's team. She has lived away from her home in Suffolk, Virginia since she was 12 years old, training in Allentown, Pennsylvania with coaches Bill and Donna Strauss. Hope was a member of the gold medal-winning U.S. team at last year's Pan Am Games in Indianapolis.
high, solid double back. Now this is where Hope's personality just shines. She dances this routine well. It's really made for her. That's something that the Parkettes really excel in. It's choreography, dance, double turn, slight bobble on that. But this is the time she's down on the floor. Hope is thinking, breathe, breathe, because I'm going to have my last tumbling pass, and it's a relatively new tumbling pass for her. It's a full-in back somersault. So she's taking deep breaths, you can see. Full-in back somersault, no problem. A wonderful routine.
We'll be back with more performances by our U.S. gymnastics for the gold. Among them will be USA's Kevin Davis, who was a member of the University of Nebraska team that won this year's NCAA title. He dislocated his left ankle in the warm-up for the 1987 Pan Am Games, but still competed and helped the U.S. to the team title. Unfortunately, that injury kept him off the U.S. team that traveled to Rotterdam for the 1987 World Championships, and he missed valuable international experience.
Watch this work. Flare, hop. Oh, he's a little off, but he's fighting it. Nice combination. There's the scissor. That's a requirement. Travels to the end. Loop around, handstand. Nice exercise.
Kevin Davis, you know that he knows that he did well.
Look at the work here as he travels back across the horse in a flared spindle without using the pommels. Look at the elevation that it takes to stay above those pommels.
At 21, Kelly Garrison-Steeves isn't a candidate for the old folks home, but in the sport of gymnastics, she's definitely our senior citizen. While most of her Olympic teammates are still waiting for their first date, Garrison-Steeves has already celebrated her first wedding anniversary.
Kelly starts off with one of the most difficult balance beam mounts, and she makes it.
She had a perfect 10 in the NCAA competitions this year on the beam.
2 flip-flops and a layout. As I said, Kelly starts with a hard mount. A lot of gymnasts play it safe and start with a very easy mount to get up and be safe. Make sure they get on. But Kelly takes those extra risks. She certainly works well on beam. She's got great continuity, and that's another thing that the judges do look for. Fluid movements. Cartwheel back layout, slight lift of the leg.
Why wasn't she on the 84 team?
She was an alternate on the 1984 Olympic team.
Getting prepared for dismount. Nice high step, double back.
In Seoul, she'll be the team's leader as a veteran of 3 World Championship teams. The only member of this year's Olympic squad that won the team gold in 1984 is Scott Johnson. Scott broke a bone in his right hand during a workout at the University of Nebraska in May, and as a result, he missed this year's U.S. Nationals, but he came back in time to finish second at the Olympic trials and earn his second trip to the Olympics. Sports World will return with more members of the night. Newhall, California's Charles Lakes will be the first black to represent the United States in Olympic gymnastics. In 1980, Ron Gallimore would have been the first black American gymnast to compete in the Olympics, but the boycott took away his chance.
Laid out double back. Oh, over-rotated a little bit. Now watch this pass. This is my favorite pass in all of floor exercise. What a great combination. front 1 and 3 to a round off Arabian 1 and 3, and he keeps going. Round off flip-flop full punch front 1 1/4. How about that work? This is actually a very smart routine because Charlie has done all 3 of his early tumbling runs very quickly and put them all together. Now he's got plenty of time to catch his breath, fulfill the rest of the requirements of working the rest of the floor, showing his flexibility and hold moves. Now he's plenty rested up for his last tumbling run, round off flip-flop, tuck double back. Nice! Here's the wide scale, of course, and as I mentioned, he was plenty rested, which is a smart way to organize this floor routine because now when he gets ready for this dismount, he is ready to sky it.
Lakes was a member of the last 2 World Championship teams, both of which finished 9th. The 24-year-old is the top qualifier for the U.S. team. Leading the U.S. women, 15-year-old Phoebe Mills. She won this year's American Cup in Fairfax, Virginia, an event that has been won in the past by Nadia Comaneci and Mary Lou Retton. Like Comaneci and Retton, Mills is coached by bear-hugging Bella Caroli. Phoebe has been gaining confidence and beginning to let her personality show. Her floor exercise to the music from the Addams Family lets her have some fun with the crowd.
Somersault, performed very well. I'm very excited about Phoebe's tumbling. She has definitely improved. It's gotten a lot higher. Technical aspects, gotten a lot better. She's improved tremendously. Has certainly opened up her personality on floor. It's something that she's had to work on quite hard. Bella wants her to be more open, express herself more. Round off whip back into a nice high, solid double back. There she's smiling. Looks like she's enjoying herself. To the corner for dismount. She over-rotated that a little bit. But a beautiful routine.
So there you have it, the men and the young women that will comprise the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team. Well, as we said at the beginning, none of these athletes are favored for medals, but all of them have the potential to surprise us with a performance of a lifetime. Another group of athletes who excel not